The forest fortress, or as the locals call it, Shamshadin, is surrounded by huge mountain ranges in Armenia's northwest. It's famous for its lush vegetation, historical monuments, and ancient monasteries. Here, the humble residents of Tavush, who are strong like their mountains, battle many challenges. Sometimes they even fight the enemy's bullets in their fields. There's Alik the tractor driver, Garo the blacksmith, Ashut the beekeeper, Elsa with her chickens, Ani a devoted schoolteacher. Their day starts and ends in the region of Tavush. In 2013, in order to rejuvenate the region of Berd and empower its local population, the ambitious program Breaking the Cycle of Poverty in Tavush Province and Saving the New Generation was launched through the generosity of Edward and Janet Mardigian. It was preceded by a thorough study on child malnutrition in the region, which revealed serious problems. Among others, parents lacked the knowledge to raise a healthy next generation. In order to counter these issues among children between 6 months and 6 years of age, Fund for Armenian Relief launched the Children's Health and Nutrition Initiative within the framework of the Breaking the Cycle of Poverty in Tavush Province program. The aim is to combat malnutrition and anemia, as well as to prevent general physical, neuropsychological, and cognitive disorders in children. Before, we were giving the children ordinary meals in our kindergarten. Then the food that was sponsored by FAR became so plentiful, so now we don't have repeat meals, and the children don't get bored anymore. A menu was developed for the kindergartens of the region of Berd in accordance with national and international nutritional standards. The balanced meals provided by these kindergartens have not only promoted healthy growth and cognitive development in young children, but have also significantly enhanced their immunity to a number of diseases. Everything FAR provides is delivered to our kindergarten on time. It's never been late, and it's always fresh. The fruits, vegetables, juices. This initiative has established safe and enjoyable eating conditions for children. It organizes regular meetings with parents and community seminars and courses on public health. It's working to shape a culture of healthy nutrition in the region of Berd, and more recently in the regions of Edward and Janet. My children would come back from kindergarten and tell me that they had eaten lentils. So then I asked for the recipe, and now I cook it at home twice a week, and my kids love it. So we took the meal actually from kindergarten into our home. There are a number of different meals that you can make from the same set of ingredients. For example, we like casserole. That's a dish made from cabbage, eggs, butter, and the cooking method was a little bit different. At the beginning, our staff didn't really know how to prepare it, but then we learned, and eventually we started cooking it at home too. FAR's efforts have been enthusiastically received by the local community. There is a significant increase in the number of children attending kindergartens and schools in the region. Over 10 years, more than 3,500 preschool children have received a balanced diet. Over 500 seminars on public health topics have been attended by more than 5,000 residents of the Berd region. The dining halls and kitchens in more than 20 kindergartens were completely or partially furnished or renovated. Over 100 healthcare workers have been trained through FAR's continuing medical education program. More than 20 medical centers have been renovated and equipped. Most of the primary healthcare representatives in the Berd, Ijevan, and Noyemberian regions serve the residents of several adjacent communities. They also play a special role in raising the awareness of the population about critical public health issues. Here, a therapist is often also a pediatrician. An ophthalmologist might serve both adults and children. In order to ensure that specialists receive up-to-date information and knowledge in their fields, FAR organizes free 4-week trainings through the continuing medical education program in the leading clinics of Yerevan.
Our nurses took training courses at the Fund for Armenian Relief's office. They were actively involved in FAR's healthcare programs. As for me, I've taken continuing professional training twice. While I previously supported about 20 to 25 pregnant women per month, I am now able to work with 60 to 65. And due to the professional training we received, we can now provide specialized services in our region.
In order to ensure higher quality of healthcare services and access for the whole region, hospitals and community outpatient clinics have been furnished with essential medical equipment. This has successfully contributed to greater healthcare access for the whole population of the Berd region.
We have a wonderful achievement in our laboratory assistant Hranush. She worked at the Institute of Molecular Genetics and has a PhD in biology. She left Yerevan, is already working in our region. She's a treasure for us. We just need to make use of her capabilities fully.
Breaking the Cycle of Poverty in Tavush Province was launched in 2013 with the support of Edward and Janet Mardigian. Among other goals, the project has placed a huge emphasis on the provision of equal educational conditions and the creation of an effective learning environment for tens of thousands of school children in the regions of Berd, Ijevan, and Noyemberyan. It has paved the way for young people looking for opportunities for higher education and vocational and professional training. Studies carried out since the launch of the program revealed many obstacles for school-aged children. Many schools have deteriorated infrastructure, including damaged roofs, windows, and floors, dilapidated gyms and sports grounds. They have poor hygiene and sanitation. Most importantly, many teachers graduated during the Soviet era. They never had the opportunity to participate in courses and trainings to refresh their knowledge. At the same time, there were school children and young people with lofty goals who were looking for safe and secure conditions, an environment conducive to study, ways to develop their creative abilities, and opportunities to achieve their dreams. Over the years, more than 24 general and vocational educational institutions have been renovated and improved, promoting the decent education of about 5,000 school-aged children and young people. A clear evidence of the program's success is the number of victories in sport and academic competitions. They are growing year by year. The children have also demonstrated an increased level of interest in school, and especially in science subjects like chemistry, biology, and physics. Thanks to participation in extracurricular groups and Sunday schools, over 1,700 children have been able to develop their creative thinking, to explore arts and crafts, to learn Armenian national song and dance, and to acquire new vocational skills like needlework and woodwork, which will enable them to earn a living down the road. In addition to its focus on improving primary education, Fund for Armenian Relief has also striven to make professional and higher education more affordable for talented students through scholarship programs.
Since childhood, I dreamed of becoming a teacher. I have always loved the profession. My first teacher was very dear to me and an example for me. So after finishing school, I started studying psychology at university. And I experienced a totally new environment with new conditions and new challenges, and of course, also financial difficulties related to tuition. So my family applied to FAR with the hope of obtaining a scholarship, and I really wanted to relieve the burden on my parents. So I was waiting every day for that call. And then one beautiful day, it came.
Through the Mardigian Scholarship, over 80 students from Berd Region were able to find their place in a professional field after graduation. They found jobs in either their hometown or in Yerevan, but those who did not return home were still able to contribute to change in their own community and region by strengthening their ties with their hometown. I always thought that I should come back to my village to help contribute to its prosperity. And in doing so, I would show others by my example that everyone could and should go back to their village, to their hometown. And that way, the village would grow and our borders would be stronger. And of course, education also would advance. Scholarships were awarded to over 100 university students and educators enrolled in distant learning. Around 200 vet scholarships were awarded. More than 210 children attended camp. 23 extracurricular groups involved more than 1,700 children. Over 20 community events were planned. 500 first graders were equipped with essential supplies. Self-sufficient communities are founded on strong and stable families. To ensure the achievement of this goal, special attention has been paid to child and family-centered initiatives within the framework of the comprehensive program Breaking the Cycle of Poverty in Tavush Province. To improve their living conditions, many families in difficult situations have received targeted social and humanitarian assistance. They have also received support to ensure that they can earn enough income to care for their children's basic needs. Fund for Armenian Relief was implementing a multifaceted program, and I realized that the number of child-centered institutions in our region was very small. At the same time, we were the institution that was able to implement 3 types of interventions simultaneously. Unlike the other child-centered institutions, we understood that it was necessary to work with the children at the center, but also within their family and also in the community context. The establishment of the Mardigian Children's Support Center was a significant achievement toward greater child protection in the border town of Berd. Here, at-risk children and those with severe behavioral problems develop their characters. They also have the chance to receive rehabilitative and preventative counseling. At first, we involved the children in group work. Then we moved to special individual psychological work, individual art therapy, group handicrafts. Through the means of art, we try to reveal and uncover the unique qualities of children. And then, based off of what we learned there, we started working with them on their professional orientation. Moreover, the initiative established a system of child protection specialists and social workers. Through this system, families' needs are assessed and rehabilitative and preventative measures are taken. These include parenting courses for families in crisis situations and for those who have problematic relationships with their own children. I think you could say that the Mardigian Center is the only bright point in the region which attracts children. They love coming here, they feel wonderful in this place, and this is where their colorful dreams come true. Thanks to the work of the dedicated specialists of the Fund for Armenian Relief Mardigian Children's Support Center, the number of youth in conflict with the law has decreased. Today, most of the children attending the center are less anxious. They are engaged in meaningful activities. They attend arts and crafts groups. The 14 to 25-year-olds are actively engaged in changing their community through ecological, educational, social, and agricultural events in the region. More than 10,000 residents received in-kind support. Mardigian Children's Support Center provided rehabilitative and preventative services for more than 1,400 children and 350 parents. 760 adults attended parenting courses. More than 100 specialists in the Mardigian Child Protection Network were trained. 150 needy people received hot meals at Berd Soup Kitchen. The chain of community and economic development is advancing year by year thanks to targeted initiatives aimed at activating rural residents, farms, and cooperatives on the ground. This is paving the way for future self-sufficiency and stability. I live in a village, and I love it there. Life in our village is getting better and better every day, and I just love living here. In about 10 days, I will open my production unit and enlarge it. And God willing, if my business goes well, I will definitely hire my fellow villagers. I don't want them to leave the village. Through the Mardigians' generosity, the comprehensive program Breaking the Cycle of Poverty in Tavush Province was launched in 2013. For nearly 10 years, it has supported marginalized communities in Tavush, ensuring improved life quality and sustainable community development.
Maybe if it wasn't for FAR sponsorship, I might have stopped this work for a while. Through the support of a sponsor, I was able to buy spare parts and metal. And that gave me new motivation to put in more effort.
With improved infrastructure and the acquirement of new agricultural machinery, locals have established new orchards. They have become skilled in the cultivation of figs, persimmons, raspberries, and other fruits, as well as growing traditional and non-traditional crops.
The Fund for Armenian Relief gave me 8 beehives. After that, I was able to cultivate and expand my bee colonies.
Thanks to special courses in financial literacy and business plan development, many people have even started their own enterprises. These enable them to do the work they love in their home communities. I applied to and was accepted to attend a course on business plans. And we thought that, well, business means we're going to have to sell something, so we'll do this, we'll do that. But starting a business is a specific, detailed process. I didn't know that a business starts with just 1 cent. I bought an incubator, a big one for 1,000 eggs, and a generator. So we found these items and bought them. And I have to say, this is an important business for my family. It's small, but it's important. We make profit. But I'm also able to give to people too. Or, sometimes people come and say, I have some eggs, can I put them in your incubator and I'll cover the electricity? Of course, I don't take money from them, but I'm happy to put their eggs in too.
I learned to do calculations from the specialists at the Fund for Armenian Relief. For example, I learned for the first time about wear and tear expenses. The Fund for Armenian Relief supported us with an advance payment for the tractor. I sold my old one and bought this new one. It has benefited our family greatly. There's another tractor driver in our village. Together, we do all the cultivation work for all the villagers.
More than 100 units of agricultural machinery were provided. Water and irrigation systems were renovated for more than 11,000 villagers in 9 communities. 300 hectares of land were recovered. Over 20 gardens were established. Over 160 businesses were launched. Access to inter-community public transport was ensured for over 30,000 residents. The economic activation and self-sufficiency of residents in border regions is important for their own well-being and improved standard of living. Moreover, it's vital for our country's strong borders.
Once, during the grape harvest, the Azeris started to shoot while my friend was picking grapes with They barely escaped, decided to leave the village. If villagers receive support, they will stay. They need encouragement and backing. That's their only hope.